Hey everyone, it's Tom with Fresh Vintage. Today we're checking out an awesome new scooter that we bought. This is a Segway ES2 scooter, and it's actually certified refurbished. You'll notice it's not in your standard Segway colorful box with a bunch of graphics and features listed on it. I found this on Segway's website, and there's a refurbished section I'd never heard of until about a week and a half ago. With that, we're going to go ahead and unbox this. I'm very curious to see what certified refurbished stands for. Quick note, we're actually going to put the step-by-step unboxing of this at the end of the video. So if you want every edge of your seat moment of taking this out of the box and every single thing that's in here, stay tuned through the end of the video and you can see that. Let's take a look at some of the features that the ES2 has to offer. This is a really solid scooter. Starting with the stock, if you've seen any of our videos, very solid, durable unit. The battery is actually in here. It's 187 watt hours if memory serves correct. Your charging port is right here. And being this is an ES2, ES3, and so on, you can buy an optional battery which will increase your range and give you a higher top speed. I say that because this is rated from the factory like it sits at 15.5 miles an hour up to 15.5 travel distance. So you can go up to 15 and a half miles an hour at 15.5 miles per hour. Take that with a grain of salt because that's all flat land and you probably weigh 150, 160 pounds, so to speak, to hit that actual number. I definitely weigh more than 150 pounds, so to speak. So take that with a grain of salt. My daily driving of this thing, I'm getting 10-ish given the different speeds. Speaking of speeds, let me show you the speeds on the screen here. You can see the Bluetooth is connected to my phone. I'll show you some app stuff in a minute here, but right now we're in the basic or economy mode, call it the turtle mode. If you double press the button here, you get into the standard or the white S mode, and this will take your speed up. Going back here, this is 8 or 9 miles an hour. This is, I believe, 12 or 15 miles an hour. And then the red S, this is your sport mode. This will actually give you 15.5. It'll give you everything that the battery has until you run the battery dead. I say that to say, consider when you're buying one of these, how many hills do you have? How much uphill are you going? How much downhill are you going? This will actually regen, so to speak, depending on how you set it up in the app. Think about your daily commute and how far you're traveling, how many uphill, downhill, all the little maneuvers you're going to have to make, because you take a lot of that for granted, honestly. I know I did. When you're actually driving a car, you just push the gas pedal harder, to be frank. Thinking of this, you want to definitely plan all that out so you know that you have the right amount of capacity, or maybe you buy that external optional battery so that you can get the extra distance to literally go the extra mile. Forgive my bad pun. This thing has a really nice set of tires on it, 8-inch on the front and rear. And I mention that because they are not solid rubber, but they're not pneumatic. They call them a hard, soft tire, so to speak. But the really awesome feature on this, guys, it has both front and rear suspension. Let me flex this and I'll show you. You can see how that flexes. Dare I call this the Cadillac of Segways, because a lot of scooters, they either have a front or a rear suspension, and more than you would believe have no suspension. They just have like a bouncy tire or a pneumatic tire, and that's your suspension. So if you're looking for a smooth, plush-ish ride, this is definitely your guy here. Really nice unit. Taking a look at the lights here, real common. Every Segway scooter has a headlight, and you may have noticed that the tail lights turned off. If you think about this as a car, you're driving down the road, it gets dark out, you turn your headlights on, your taillights turn on too. I mention that because the brakes still work. They still flash when they press the brake pedal, so to speak. Whether the headlight's on or off, your brakes still flash like that. Has an IP54 water resistance, so it's definitely not waterproof. If you get it wet, run it through some water, probably going to be fine. If you take it through a foot deep water, you're going to have a bad day, I promise you that. Thinking about the lights, you already saw the lights in the intro, but let me go ahead and I will show you the lights. Let me get the Bluetooth connected here. Some people will call this a party gimmick or a party trick, but this one, I'm actually going to turn the tail light off. Okay, so now it's off, but in the app, you can turn it on, and you see it on the screen here. I'm turning it on in the app. Now, we'll turn that off just to emphasize the ambient lighting. So this is the ambient lighting. This is dynamic breathing. This is full color breathing. And I'm not going to click on all of these because there's so many of them in here, we'd be here all day, but there's full color apart. And I'm going to go over to alarm. And you probably noticed in the video here, you can see where I'm changing the colors. And so I'm actually changing the colors on the fly here. And alarm 3, I think it is, gives you the option to do 4 different, yeah, it gives you 4 different colors. So there's purple, and there's like light blue, and we'll go yellow, and the last one's red. So kind of a party trick. If you want ground effects on your scooter, it works completely independent of the headlight. You can see the headlight is on now, and now it's off. So you can drive down the road, so to speak, with these on. I know some states you might get a hard time from police, but then again, you don't actually have a driver's license requirement for this thing. So take that all with a grain of salt. There's so many features in this app. I won't take the time to show them all to you, but just looking on the screen here, you can see the 12 miles of range left. We have 79%. Let me actually turn the lights off here so they're not distracting. There we go. So looking at the 12 miles of range, you can see the green Bluetooth. It's actually connected to the scooter here. 79% range. There is an enable guard mode, so I just pushed that. So if I have enabled guard mode, so I believe, yep, that's definitely takes some work to push this thing because it's locking the front wheel electronically, so to speak. So someone could still pick it up and run off with it, but you can also hear it beeping. And then on the screen here, you can see it's actually saying, warning, your vehicle's in lock mode and someone's messing with it, kind of thing. So you just want to slide and then it'll turn off. The dashboard here, I won't click the button, but you'll see a screen video grab where we have the dashboard running. It's basically like a car speedometer, and it's on the screen here. There's a bunch of other stuff you can see in here. Cruise mode, enable cruise mode. So cruise mode is on. If I remember correctly, as you're going along, you hold the gas down for 2 or 3 seconds, and then it'll basically cruise control like a car until you hit the brakes. Also, there's energy recovery. You can see that it has strong, medium, and weak. So you're basically regenning on this. If you have a lot of downhills on your way to work or while you're cruising around town, you can potentially regen a little bit into the battery. Take it with a grain of salt. You're not going to charge this thing short of going up to the top of Mount Everest and riding it all the way down. You're not going to recharge this thing by regenning, but it puts a little bit of juice back into your battery. So nice feature to have. What else is in here? You can actually track records. And I did a little one earlier, but we'll throw the longer one as we drive back to the cars here. We'll throw the longer one on the screen now. And as I talk to kill time, to be honest, you'll see where we kind of work through town to get back to the cars from where we're at now. Really nice feature to have that. And there's more stuff in here. You can see as I scroll all of the stuff in here. There's even a community of different scooter riders. I have not looked in there at all, but you can see all of the scooter riders and the community that Segway has built in here. So kind of neat to see how much is actually built into this app. One more thing I almost forgot, collapses. Very, very easy to collapse and put into a car. You just want to do this right there. And I normally grab it right here because it's kind of a balance. But I mean, you can see it's about 25, 28, I can't remember the exact amount, but it's not super, super light, but it's not that heavy either. And these are actually designed, imagine you're in an urban area, they're designed to kind of do one of these deals. So as you're walking into corporate America, so to speak, you kind of just lug this thing behind you and dare I say, you could just lug it up the stairs, but it is designed to be pretty darn portable. And then back here, go ahead and up, and it is that strong, folks. So I did that intentionally, knowing that it wasn't going to slip, and I'll do it again for you. It's that strong. These things are pretty durable. So one other thing I forgot to mention, this is a brake. So if you don't want to use the electronic brake, just do this, and that'll stop you in pretty short order. So wrapping up here, the Segway ES2 scooter, really solid scooter. I'm amazed that this comes out of a Segway refurbished box. It had a few tiny little nicks and scratches, but to pan over to this guy here, just to shout it out, if you haven't seen our F40 video, this is refurbished as well, and just to shout it out, make sure you check out the F40 video. This thing came out of the box so clean that if you would have said, here's your brand new scooter, I 100% would have believed it. It was flawless coming out of a refurbished box. I was blown away. So big props to Segway for selling refurbished products that actually feel quality refurbished. They don't feel cheap or chintzy, to be frank. You're going to get a really solid unit, and I highly, highly recommend Segway refurbished scooters. Definitely check them out in the description of the video you're watching right now. If you're the unboxing guy, you want to see all the parts and pieces come out of the box, stay tuned, because at the end of this, we're going to go right into the unboxing. But otherwise, we really appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. All right, now that you've seen all the features and how the scooter works, we teleported back in time to this very moment when we did not unbox it as of yet. So let's get started right now. When we unboxed the ES1L and the E22 scooters, and if you haven't seen either of those videos, definitely check those out. Pretty similar with what I'm seeing here so far. We have handlebars, and because this is certified refurbished, I'm just going to take a moment and say I see an O-ring, which is, this thing isn't waterproof, but I believe it's IPX4 if I remember correctly, so that's a good sign. You can tell it looks like someone's had the handlebars on and off, and the pins all look straight and clean. Let's see. That feels fine. That feels fine. Button feels fine. Screen, you can't really see it that well, but that screen is scratched, but really not really anything to worry about. So we'll set those there. Let's see what else is going on in here. Packing material, and there's nothing else in here. So obviously the scooter is in here, but I'm going to reach around and see what's in this bag. So we have I want to see what wattage this scooter is. I'm sorry. Forgive me. What wattage this charger is. This is a fast charging charger, and what I mean is it's 42 volts and 70 watts. So on the ES1L, it was 42 volts and 41 watts, if I remember correctly. And that was a more typical speed charger, aka it took us 4 or 5 hours dead to full. This thing will get this charged in hour and a half, 2 hours max, dead to full. So awesome to see it comes with that. Being refurbed, I'm just kind of nitpicking everything just because I want to see what certified refurbished looks like. And I mean, honestly, this feels and looks, I mean, it has a few scratches on it, so I'm guessing this has been in someone's hands in return, but for certified refurbished, this is so far like a 9.9 out of 10. So excellent so far. Very important to see the screws and the hex tool here to put the handlebars onto the main stock of the scooter. And nice touch Segway. You can't really see them that well, but there's actual thread locker right there, the blue. Sorry, you can't see it that well, but there's thread locker on those. So awesome there. Certified refurbished. This is a manual. We all know what a user manual is. Let's see what certified refurbished means. Scan this, some more about the user manual, quick start manual, limited warranty manual. I'm not going to stand here and quote the exact days I remember in my head because I read their website like 2 weeks ago, but check out their website because this is not your standard new car warranty, so to speak. It is a refurbished warranty, But all that to say, definitely check that out if you're concerned with the warranty. Okay, the moment you've all been waiting for. Let me get this out of here. And let me do this. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna put the kickstand down. And just to confirm, there's nothing but cardboard in here. So far everything's feeling, I mean, I would call this a 10 out of 10 so far. This is feeling pretty much brand new, even though it is certified refurbished. Now, to look at this thing, I mean, there's one little thing here. There's really hardly any, like seriously no scratches. I mean, I'll pick this up and show you that wheel. Look at that wheel. That wheel is quote unquote refurbished. It looks brand new. I mean, it literally looks like it's never been ridden on. And I didn't even look at the back wheel. Well, let's see what the back wheel looks like. I mean, again, looks like they honestly put new wheels on this thing. Let's check out the underside here. This actually is a nice scooter. It has suspension. That's a first for any of our scooters. And I mean, this thing is, for all intents and purposes, pretty much brand new. I can't really see, there's obvious little things here and there, and I'm normally not holding a scooter upside down like this, but for certified refurbished, I could have pulled this out of the box and maybe saw one or two of the scratches, but I would honestly believe this is brand new. Let me put the handlebars on. If you've never seen any of our videos, the handlebars, okay, time out. That's probably a very big concern I would have. If you look at the wire here, this wire is actually cut. That is kind of a red flag. Now, I can see wire a tiny little bit in there, but being this is refurbished, I'm going to put the handlebars on. I'm just going to click the handlebars together and see if it powers on. Very nice to see this is on there. That's awesome. That is obviously a big concern. But let's put the handlebars on and see what happens here. If you've never done one of these before, there's a little pin. It's like a one direction pin. We're just going to put this in here. There we go. Okay, so it's beeping. A few things are going on here. Battery's about halfway charged, and the S is for, they have turtle mode. Let me show you. So this is turtle mode, no S. This is standard mode, regular white circle, and then this is called sport mode or fast mode. It's beeping because there's a Bluetooth connectivity on this scooter, and there's actually an app that accompanies the scooter. Also, you see the light on my chest here. Just by touching it once, it'll turn the light on. So, although I'm not thrilled, let me just turn this thing off. I'm not very excited to see that, and part of me would be, maybe I want to return this to Segway. I'm going to put the handlebars on, and we're going to let that ride because it feels like so far everything seems to be working. We do need to take it outside and give the brake and the throttle a try. So let's get the actual screws on here and we'll get this installed right now. So real quick here, we decided to get some black tape and tape that up. The wires are not cut per se, and if they were cut any worse, I would either call Segway and say, what can I do with this thing, or we might just cut it flush. But everything's working when we plug these in. So black tape, and we're gonna go ahead and reconnect this. There we go. So that is solid. So we have our 4 screws here, and this takes a little bit of finesse to get this much wiring down in here. So I'm just going to carefully do this. And we do not have an AirTag here with us at this moment, but this is an excellent time. Even though this scooter has Bluetooth connectivity to a phone, it's an excellent time and cheap insurance to drop an AirTag in here. So if you have an iPhone or a friend with an iPhone, they can track this thing should it ever go missing, get legs and wander off, so to speak. So just carefully tuck this wiring in here. Oh, I turned it on. Let me turn it back off. There we go. So these are little hex heads, and just gonna wiggle this a little bit. Okay, forgive me. I'm being paranoid because I'm having to push this down. There we go. So it's actually the O-ring. I thought I was like crushing the wire, but it's actually the O-ring that's compressing, so we're good. Put this in. As you've seen already, this is the assembly of the entire unit. Once you do this, you basically charge it and you ride it. So it's really, really nice unit. And if you've not seen our ES1L and E22 video and our comparison of those 2 scooters video, definitely check those out at the end of this video, because Segway makes very, very nice scooters, and you're also buying into their customer service and product support. I'm sure there's a torque spec somewhere for these, but I'm just gonna say they're tight. Oh my gosh, it has lights. I had no idea. So let me do this. There we go. I have no idea where the lights are at. Can you see them? And let's do this. Let's check the brakes, because these are actually lights. These are not like a reflector. So there's our brakes, and you can actually change that in the app. You'll see, you've already seen it in the video, but you can change those. Overall, definitely fantastic scooter. I really recommend the ES2. Certified Refurbished program sounds really, really solid. I am going to call out Segway and say that wire should not have been like that. Cosmetics are one thing, but actually that wire being cut like that could be a very big roadblock for a lot of customers. They would end up sending this thing back because of it. But all that to say, thank you very much for watching. If you like classic cars, if you like muscle cars, if you like tech, if you like scooters, if you like DIY repair, if you like scan tools and Chargers and Mustangs and Chevelles and all the rest, Fresh Vintage is your channel. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.